Obviously, state the obvious here. I thought a complete team effort, both sides of the court. I thought defensively we set the tone early, and then obviously you start knocking down some shots and get some defense some offense from your defense, and just all the way up and down the lineup got great contributions, and such an unselfish group when you get 25 assists on 31 made field goals, and I think starting to see more of what we were back in January. I felt that the last week or so that we were trending back in the right direction and really starting to click, and today it showed again. So looking forward to tomorrow against a very good Northwestern team, and but we're going to enjoy this for a little bit before we prep tonight for them.
We'll start in the front row in the middle.
Gavin Dorsey, Star Tribune. Stephen, this is the first ever Big Ten men's basketball tournament in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. You're obviously from the area. What was it like to be out there in your home state, and what are your thoughts on the tournament possibly returning to Minneapolis in the future?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a lot of fun, not only for me, but the other Minnesota guys, Tyler, Jack, Nolan, just being able to play in front of our friends and family and get a win. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoy playing here. We tend to have a lot of success in Minnesota, and like I said, it was a lot of fun.
We'll go to the back of the room in the middle.
Jeff Patricus, Journal-Sentinel. This is for Stephen and John. Greg mentioned that he felt that you guys are playing like you did in January, and he felt it in the last week. What specifically did you guys feel, whether it was in practice or what you talked about at the loss at Purdue, the specific things you guys were doing better that gave you the confidence?
John, take that.
I just feel like we've turned up our defense a little bit more and pushed more on offense, and we didn't put the blame on each other when we was taking them losses, and we stayed together. I feel like that was important with us making this run and us playing better together, so for sure.
Front row, Michael.
Steve, there's been a few times this year where some opponents have hit some early threes, and that's got them going. I guess experiencing it now for yourself, how much does that change the momentum when you see the threes falling like they were early?
Oh, yeah, no, it's a huge thing. Obviously, it can get you out to a big lead, and but I think it really started on the defensive end, our intensity, getting out in transition, like John said, and I think the threes were just a matter of doing that, and luckily we knocked them down tonight, and hopefully, like I said earlier, we can do it tomorrow too.
Front row all the way on the left.
Rohan Chakravarti, Bucky's fifth quarter. John, for you, we've seen you be aggressive going at the rim a ton, to try and get that confidence offensively. Today you had 3 early three-pointers. Kind of when you're getting your shot as well, how does that kind of help your game offensively in terms of getting into a rhythm?
Mainly just taking what the defense give me. The threes were inside-out threes from the post and from kickouts, and then if my threes fall in, then I know guys are closing out, so I try to get to the rim also with that being staying aggressive.
Go third row on the right.
Andrew Bandstra, News 3 Now. John, would you have ever anticipated that your freshman year, you're right up here on the podium, at least 17 points in 3 straight games. You've made such a big impact, and I guess would you have anticipated you would play such a big role in this Wisconsin team in your freshman year?
First of all, I just want to give glory to God for helping me get this role, and I just thank my teammates and my coaches for preparing me in the summer and preseason to prepare me to play at this level. All I did was work and stay in the gym, kept my head down, and my hard work is paying off.
Stay in the middle towards the back.
Jeff Patricus, Journal-Sentinel. For Stephen, you were asked again after the Purdue game about being more aggressive offensively. There was a play early. I think it was John was kind of down, and his guy was there, and you motioned for him to kick out so you could post your guy up. Did you come out more intent on trying to attack early today in this game?
Yeah, no. I'll thank the coaches for that. They've been on me all season about being aggressive, and that's on me is just trying to be more aggressive. And like you said, today my mindset was just to go out there and try to get them up, and I think we're better when I'm aggressive, and that's a courtesy to my teammates also. Like you said, getting me the ball down low when I need it or kicking it out for threes. And like Coach said earlier, I thought we just did a great job of sharing the rock all around and knocking down those open shots.
Time for one more for student athletes. We'll go on the left-hand side, third row.
John, can you just describe the energy that the bench and yourself, but the whole bench today brought to the team?
Definitely. I feel like us coming off the bench, me, Kamari, Marcus, we got to bring like the spark plug type of thing to the starters. And I feel like we do that well. We got to keep it going. And then that motivates them when they come back into the game and they playing well. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. Congratulations. You can head back to the locker room. We'll continue with questions for Coach Gard.
Thank you.
Sure. You can take it. Yep, you can. We'll start here in the front row, left-hand side.
All right, see you, Steve.
Hey, Greg. Nick Osen, Badger 247. We talked a little bit after the Purdue game about, kind of even though some of the shots didn't go down, you generated a lot of good looks. Did you feel like it was just a matter of time, and what type of confidence can that give the guys going forward?
Yeah, I think there's, I see these guys every day in every drill and every workout, so I know we've got good shooters. And, that's a credit to, defenses that have been able to do different things to us. But I think you also go through ebbs and flows of a season. And when you hit a little dip or a valley, don't beat yourself up mentally. You have to keep playing and keep playing aggressively. And I thought, during our little stretch, we weren't as aggressive as we need to be. Now it helps to be fully healthy, specifically with John and Cam back. It just makes us more complete, and that's been really one of our aces in our pocket all year. Has been our depth and what guys do for each other. So, but we didn't make a big deal about it. Thought we played really well at Purdue. Thought we played pretty well in the second half against Rutgers. So I've seen a trend of us, just how we practiced, how we've approached things, that we're escalating towards where we want to be, and you're going to go through those flows during a season. The key is if you hit a little dip, just keep working your way out of it, because I kept telling them all the time when we were going through this, we're a really good team. We're a really good team, and we'll fight our way out of it. And I'm glad to see that they're getting rewarded for their perseverance and their persistence.
Stay in the front row.
You kind of alluded to it. It's been a while since you've had this comfortable of a win. I guess, did the team need to see something like this?
I mean, heck, if I could get them all by this much, I'd do it. I mean, it's not easy. They still have to do it. They have to go out and make shots and make the plays and share the ball. But yeah, I think when we are at our best, this isn't a sample of what we're like. I mean, we got a lot of weapons, and very unselfish people in that locker room that want what's best for Wisconsin.
Third row on the right.
Greg, you go into halftime at, I think it was a 21-point lead. What do you say at half, and how do you keep them kind of up? You go on a 14-0 run to start the second half, and how big was that to just put it away right there?
Well, it's the first time all year I pulled out the old quiz and I always pick on the young guys of what the score is. And fortunately, none of them named what it was. And finally, somebody got to 0-0. And then, the same as always. You go through things that I've seen, because we can watch a little bit of clip tape at halftime as a coaching staff, and things that we talked about. So, and then re-emphasizing the first 5 minutes. Come out, don't take our foot off the gas. Continue to know what they're going to try to do, know who we have to buckle down on, and keep out of the paint. And I thought we came out really well. We came out aggressive again and got the ball to the rim. Turned our defense into offense again, and we're able to continue to build on that lead.
Left-hand side, third row.
Hey, Coach, obviously you play again tomorrow, but on a back-to-back, how important is it to get some of the starters some rest down the stretch of today's game?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, if you have the opportunity and you're fortunate enough to do that, I mean, obviously it's you play who you need to play, because it's March. And you want to keep advancing. But I think not only for them to be able to, play in spurts, and we got great contributions off the bench before I was able to make the decision that I could, let some guys rest more. But, and that's what we need. We need everybody involved with this, and that makes us a much better team when we can go deep and not really take our foot off the gas. That makes us that much harder to play against.
We'll take two more in the front row on the right, and then all the way in the back left corner.
Mello Williams with Team MBS Media. Coach Gard, Chucky Hepburn and Max Klessman did a great job on Jameer Young. They bothered them all day. Would you just speak about their defense, focusing on defense today?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a really good backcourt with those two guys. They're experienced, they're tough, they understand what we need to do defensively. They both have a really good voice on the floor, and then we use John on Jameer a little bit too, and he's a terrific player. And even Cam on him some. So we were able to keep rotating guys on him and give him different looks and keep our guys fresh. That's the other thing, too, is that he is such a load. You want to keep, the bodies on him fresh. And I thought we did a good job of collectively keeping him under control, and the same thing in the bigs and how we were able to layer the defense behind the initial ball screens. I thought for the most part we were pretty well in the right place at the right time.
All the way in the back left corner, last question.
Evan Flood, 24/7 Sports. Coach, early in the season, Nolan, kind of felt overwhelmed with his one-on-one post defense. I know sometimes you haven't had a choice with Steve in foul trouble, but these last couple of games, you've given him extended minutes against Zach Edey, Julian Reese, and he seemed to kind of hold his own. How much has he just grown from the beginning of the season, and what's just kind of allowing him to compete on that end of the floor all of a sudden?
Yeah, I mean, it's experience, and I've always said I play young guys when you're ready to play and when you can help us, and he was ready right out of the gate, as was John, and I think the experience has helped him. There's been a lot of baptism by fire, so to speak. The other thing, though, I think it's helped him, we've gotten better defensively around him, meaning we're if we need to trap the post, we can. We have that part of our arsenal, but also how we can dig and raid and crowd the paint if he does get lined up one-on-one and send help to him and have help nearby. So it's not only has he gotten better and grown through this year, and there's no better teacher than experience, but the pieces around him collectively, we've gotten better defensively as the year's gone on.